Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had this experience? You're watching an English movie, no subtitles, and you understand everything. You're nodding along. Then someone asks you a simple question in English, and your brain just freezes. You start translating in your head, word by word, and by the time you've built your sentence, the conversation has already moved on. You feel stuck. You feel like you know so much, but you can't speak. I know that feeling, and today I want to give you a new way forward. The goal is to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English so you can speak smoothly and naturally, and I'm going to give you 5 specific points to make that happen. Let's start with the first one, which is actually the foundation for everything else. Point number 1, you have to accept that not all things translate equally. This was a huge breakthrough for me. For years, I tried to be a perfect translator in my head. I would take a thought in my native language, find the English word for each piece, and then try to assemble it. And it almost always sounded strange. Why? Because language doesn't work that way. We don't translate words. We translate ideas. Take a simple phrase like good morning in your language. You probably have an equivalent greeting, but if you look closely, the literal meaning is probably different. In English, good morning literally wishes you a good morning. In some languages, the equivalent might be, have you slept well? Or the sun is bright. The words are different, but the idea, a polite greeting to start the day, is the same. When I was a kid learning English, I finally understood that good morning is not a translation of my native greeting. It is its own thing. The more I used it, the more natural it became. I stopped trying to force my language into English, and I started accepting English on its own terms. So, rule number 1, stop looking for perfect word matches. Start looking for ideas. Point number 2, stop learning words alone. If you learn vocabulary by memorizing lists of single words, you are making fluency harder for yourself. Think about the word get. If you look it up in a dictionary, you'll see definitions like to receive, to obtain, to become, but none of those definitions will help you understand phrases like get over it, get along with, or get by. A word changes its meaning based on the company it keeps. We call these chunks or collocations. Here's a perfect example. I used to think the word shit was always negative. I thought it meant something bad. Then I was watching a movie, and a character pointed at something and said with a huge smile, "Wow, that's the shit." And I was so confused. How can shit be positive? That's when I learned that that's the shit is a chunk. It's a fixed expression that means that's the best, or that's amazing, it has nothing to do with the literal meaning of the single word shit. If I had only learned the word shit alone, I would have misunderstood that entire scene. But because I learned it as part of a chunk, complete expression, this is the secret weapon of every confident speaker. Sometimes you won't know the exact word for something. And in that moment, most learners panic. Their brain shuts down. Instead, learn to describe the idea. You can't remember the word spoon. Say, the thing you use to eat soup. You can't remember the word garage. Say, the place where you keep the car. When you paraphrase, you keep the conversation flowing. You prove to yourself that you can express any idea, even with a limited vocabulary. This builds confidence, and confidence is the fuel for fluent speech. So let's recap. Number 1, translate ideas, not words. Accept that languages are different. Number 2, learn words in chunks, not in isolation. Number 3, narrate your life out loud to build direct connections. Number 4, think in simple sentences first. Speed over complexity. Number 5, learn to paraphrase. Never get stuck. Start practicing these 5 points today. It won't change overnight. But if you keep narrating, keep thinking simple, and keep focusing on ideas, one day you'll realize you're not translating anymore. You're just thinking in English.